everybody, finally getting onto my May tag roulette. Now it's words, pekinese stitch and fringe on a blanket stitch. So I'm going to do some pekinese stitch around this little octagon circular thing. So just doing a little back stitch. And I have done this in a neutral grey colour because it blends in with my backgrounds, these areas and this thread. Take the last one. Now that was just 2 strands of this grey. This is what the grey looks like. Now what I thought I would do to make it really accentuated is bring in a bit more of the matching or blending in orange, an orange that blends in. I do like variety and a bit of abstract. I think I'm going to pull them apart a little bit. Right, up under here. Down under both of those. I do find this quite a peaceful stitch once you get it going. So under the next stitch and back under the previous stitch loop and the base thread. Just have a little bit of a fiddle. Okay. Now I was thinking maybe a word might go along here. I'm still on the hunt for my water erasable pen, which I absolutely love but seem to have misplaced. And the other one is a fringe on a blanket stitch. So I might just keep going ahead with those. So I might have a quick hunt around for my erasable pen before I do the words. I do find that it really helps because you can really plan it out the way you like it. Right, blanket stitch with a fringe. All right, so we've already got a bit of a fringe here. I might, oh no, that won't work. Yes, I'll do it this here, down this way. I might do a little similar circular movement to that. So what have I done? I've started my blanket stitch basically backwards. If I do, let me see, did I get that right? I don't think I started it properly. think I started it as if I was going to go around here. Well, let's do that. Why not? That looks like a little fly stitch. Right, let's make this the start of the blanket stitch. Don't know if that's working. Looks a little bit like a row of fly stitches. Now, someone reminded me, I've been doing Roxy's and I've been doing tag roulette, and someone said to me, I want to see some of your work. And yes, thank you for making a comment about that, because you know what? I'm always pretty honest. I've been up and down in the house. I've been trying to clean, and I don't think I've been, well, it's a combination of two things. I don't think I've been 100% happy, plus I got distracted going overseas. But I also, I've been feeling a little bit, I think, of imposter syndrome. So that is a thing. So I don't know, put something in the comments if you want to have a chat about that, because we do it to ourselves, don't we? We just do that. We go, oh, I'm following everyone else. You know, I'm still learning with the embroidery, and so thank you for mentioning that. Right. And it's really weird when I am trained in so many other things first to kind of be doing something. Now, I would say giving something a go that you don't know is actually brave. It means that you're learning, you know, you're prepared to put yourself on the line to learn something new, and that's a really good thing. Now I reckon I might bring in just maybe some yellow, maybe a bit of that yellow in the, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's something I'm realising. Just that little bit of, oh yeah, actually, I haven't been coming up with anything brand new because I haven't had the headspace for it, for starters. And I'm feeling a bit of that imposter syndrome. It's a real thing, you know. Talk yourself out of what you're doing is good, or whether you can do what you're doing, even though I'm doing it. Doesn't make sense. Don't worry about my waffly adult brain. But yeah, that's what I've been thinking a little bit about. Plus I actually have really been super tired since I got back from overseas. It's like pre-overseas I had all this stress with this leaky roof, and the builder being a builder. And then the trip was fabulous, but I realised there were some things that were really quite stressful for me, and the pace that Lily wanted to work was a lot harder. So I've come back and I've really been tired, really just struggling a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll do two per each one of these. So it's all. I'd like to say about that it's actually all right to not be 100% and not be top of the pile. Be the best YouTuber, the best Instagrammer, the best of everything. It's all right. Don't have to. So thanks for commenting about that. That was valuable comment. And I will try to find some inspiration for a new project. 1, 2, 3. But I am actually doing Louise's Joy Taster painting, but I'll be putting the pictures on Instagram, but I'm not filming it this time around, mainly because I've been doing it downstairs and my setup is upstairs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, one more, 5. So in a nutshell, that's where I'm at. I'm going to put 2 grey and 1, what colour is it? Let's call it ginger. 2 grey, 1 ginger. Got to fold that over. Now what I want is a tiny crochet hook, don't I? You know what would be good? Having a little crochet hook in here that's like a little needle crochet hook. And guess what? They're all downstairs too. All right, so I'm really obviously just split upstairs and downstairs in my lady's chamber. What can I use? I'm just going to have to use a needle. Upstairs and downstairs. Now, who's seen the Downton Abbey movie? Speaking about upstairs and downstairs. I haven't. Lily went and saw it with her friend in Queensland, so I haven't seen it. And I've still got 2 gold class tickets from quite a while ago, that someone gave me for some pet sitting, minding her little dog and cat while she was away. She gave me 2 gold class tickets. And so I've been waiting for a movie that justifies, and I've been trying to work out, Huss doesn't really, well, he just works, basically, so he's not really into movies. He likes to watch a nature documentary, but I'm a geek. I love movies. I love my movies. I love my sci-fi. So I've been waiting for something maybe that we can see together and use those gold class tickets, but in the end, Lolly and I do nearly everything together. It's weird, I know. But something came on last night on the TV, and we said we were watching the grand final of The Voice. We didn't agree with it. We didn't agree. We did not agree with the result. Sorry, Lockie, but it's The Voice, not pop singer. I don't know. Anyway. All right, I'm not going to be political, but there were some amazing voices in the whole show, and I liked his voice, but I did not think he was a voice. I thought he was a pop star or a whatever. I don't know what. I shouldn't say it. I'm not meaning to say he's not valid, but yeah, it was a bit weird. Anyway, the other 3 that had far better voices as far as voice goes will probably all have no problems getting recording contracts anyway, so it's not really a big deal. But isn't that weird? It's like, oh, come on. That's kind of felt rigged or something. I don't know. But anyway, that was it. The people vote. So it's not really anything to do with anything other than all the teeny boppers putting in their little vote and voting for the hot guy rather than the women with the great voices or Jordan with the great voice. Wow, I just totally waffled on about that. So I said to Lily, my God, sorry, it's waffle day. I said to Lily, I do have a right to have opinion because I did actually study voice at a very high level at our College of the Arts in Melbourne, and do know what I'm talking about. And she agreed. But there you go. That's what happens. All right. Now is that? Yes, that's right. All right. One more. Oh, I like this. I might make them short. I still haven't done anything with this because I thought maybe that will come into play. But this is sort of complete, I think. I don't think that is going to be anything different. Right, so I have done my usual segue to segue to segue and not even completed that first thing about the gold class. And I can't even now remember what it was we were watching that I said to Lily, oh, that's the one to do at gold class. So I'll have to go and look up what it was. Oh my God, I can't believe how bad my memory is. See, this is the thing. Since the trip, I've just been not great. Not 100%. Want to be travelling again. Loved it. Love travelling. It's stressful, but I still love it. And we're going to get this through. No? This is a smaller little thing. It's a bit harder. Right, I've come out of whack. Got them all? Yes. Now I've got to get these all through here. Wow, why is this one so fiddly? There, got it. Right, I'm definitely probably off camera. I'm going to really cut these like that, so they're a bit shorter. Right, I like that, and I like these circular ones where there's sort of a continuation of the circular. Okay, I am back and I found the pen. It was where I thought it was. I just couldn't find it. Anyway. So we're up to words. I still might do a little bit more of these, but right now we've got words. So I thought I would, in honour of my little trip to Paris, do some French words. So I've got le couture. Excuse me for my terrible pronunciations. Can't even pronounce English at the best of times. Le couture. Right. L'aiguille. That's the needle, sewing, and défaire is to unravel or undo. I like to sew words in red, but that's not going to work. This is very autumny colours, except for this wayward bit here where I went off the beam. It doesn't matter, does it? I think I did want to have this like somewhere like here, but I've made them so I can sew the words all separately and then go and wash these out. Now I've been washing these out. So this is the Adgar water erasable pen. I've been going down and washing under the kitchen sink and giving them a good rub, and I have had no problems. But I was reading something by a lady who was talking about how sometimes that they can come back if you only just squirt it with a squirter bottle. And her suggestion was to put it into soapy water and let it soak for, half an hour, and then rinse it out. So I might try that and just down the track see if there's a difference. These were done with rinse them in the sink, and look, I'm still not seeing any of it coming back on this one. I really quite like that lemony colour. Just got to work out if it's going to show up enough. I think it will be. It's quite nice on that. This is that very soft old tablecloth or something. These are from the same napkin, so I think maybe a different, maybe darker. I'm going to keep it in the autumny colours. And that's a bit closer to the red. All right, so that's what I'm doing for those. For the most part, I have been enjoying a back stitch for letters on my last one. I'd actually done, I did a daisy chain stitch on one letter just to give a bit of variety. And now I've just got to make sure that this is going to show up enough, because it is quite fine, isn't it? Right, so the letters are just a guide for us, and you can always unpick it if you're going wayward and you don't like it. So even though at this stage it's a bit weird with the blue there, because it doesn't necessarily look like you're doing it exactly right, I'm sure some of you actually will do it exactly right. Once it's all washed off, it looks totally different. Right, I'm just coming to the end of this word, and I'm thinking that I would have liked, I mean, I don't know, what do you think? But I was thinking that maybe it doesn't stand out enough. Probably the blue is kind of a bit distracting, so it might be that when it's washed the yellow will stand out enough. We'll see when I've washed it. So I'm going to have to wash these before I put them down on my backing piece. Otherwise I've got to wash the whole thing. Obviously, if you had quite a bit of this water-based pen, you could wash the entire piece. But for me, I'm just doing these little bits. Right, so there's our first word. Now with this one, I am doing split back stitch. It's not as easy to do, of course, on the rounded areas, but it's quite easy to do on straight lines. I've just done 2 little stitches together for the dot on the eye, and I just basically did 2 stitches next to each other for the comma. And is it called a comma when it's up the top? Anyway, 2 stitches next to each other, and then just a little stitch down for that. Is it a comma? Don't know. So you can manage a little bit of a split back stitch if you do small stitches on a curve, but you have to be careful you don't make it a bit messy. And I'm thinking here, I don't want it to go all the way up out there. I think that was getting a little bit out of the area of that letter. So I've done it like that. Right, so I just thought I'd show you the process. This is just a tiny bit of dishwashing detergent. Probably you could use something maybe like, you know, Softly for clothes or something if you wanted. I just grabbed it because it's just a little wash. So what I was doing when I didn't have the soapy water was just doing that, and it was disappearing. But I'm going to do what that lady said, and I'm going to give it a go with the soap water, just as an experiment. And I'm going to leave this in for, I don't know, it's already disappeared, but I think I will leave it in for 10 minutes. Okay, I've taken them out and given them a rinse, just a normal rinse. And I'm going to leave them. Now I am not worrying about really straightening them up, in fact crush them up so that they dry a bit rough and raggedy. Love that. So I'll basically leave these to dry. Usually I leave it to dry overnight so that they're well and truly dry. Crush it a bit more. There we go. All right, so I'll be back to put them on my piece. Right, I'm back. I thought I would have the sun streaming in the window on them. I'm going to go and shut the blind now, but it just looks so nice. The beautiful lacy bits with the sewn words and the sun, and oh my goodness, how beautiful is that? All right, one sec. Okay, I'm back. It was just so exciting. I really liked that so much. All right, let's finish this. What colours I'm using to stitch these down with. However, let's have a look where they're even going in the first place. So this was the one I was a little bit worried that it wasn't seeable, like just too pale on the background, but it doesn't matter. I think I'd like to use just a neutral thread like one of these old ones that I've been using. Right, where are they going? That's the question. Now I know I wanted one along here, and I thought I wanted one that had a bit of this on it. This is making me make a decision about these ends that I've left there for so long. Just pin it, bring over my little voodoo whatever it is. I mean, I think I definitely think I might make a proper pincushion, because every time I think I'm doing voodoo on that, it's kind of weird. This yeah, I like that there. That'll be my next project, actually. I've decided to make a pincushion. Thanks to Judy, who suggested I do a bit of my own work. Correct. You're so right, I should be. What if it's up there upside down? I don't like the idea. I don't like the idea of it being so you can't read it. even though I don't think I can read it very well. That one. Le Couture. Right, I reckon that can go there. Something might go above it. So now I just have to sew them down. Lily's just texted me to say she's on her way. It's Thursday, and while I'm finally finishing this, she's on her way, and Thursday is her, it used to be Fridays, but now it's Thursdays, because she has a class online and she has to come over to use my internet. So Thursdays is the day, so she's just told me the mould guy has been at her house and is now finished, and it's not something that's a problem, which is good, because she was worried if she had to move out or something, if she had mould. It's just an old, I'd say late 60s or 70s brick veneer apartment blocks. So they are old. They've, you know, they, as they need to, they upgrade. So they've upgraded, let's see, she's got a new stove, but it's still got things like the old style bar heater and stuff in the lounge. So there are things that could be upgraded still, but you know, it's actually, it's really good because it's solid and it's well, it's not totally warm, of course, because winter, we need heating here in Melbourne, but it's solid and secure and safe, and that's the main thing. So it's good to know there wasn't mould. Anyway, she's on her way over, so I thought, oh my goodness, I better get a quick bit of videoing done because I wanted to finish this. I can do the editing later when she's gone home. So for those who were playing along while we were on our trip overseas and following the Instagram, with the pictures of her and I looking down at the camera on the floor, she put her phone on the ground, to have all the mother-daughter pictures of us with something like Sainte-Chapelle ceiling in the, you know, above us in the background, or Palace at Versailles. And I said to her the other day, we should go one or two places in Melbourne and grab a shot like that. And she thought that maybe that wasn't appropriate because it's a holiday thing, and so technically we're not on holiday when we're in our own city. And I just wondered what everyone thought. What do you think about that? Because I think there's some beautiful places in Melbourne and it wouldn't be a problem to go and do that. It also would give us some things to do because we're a bit bored, even though it's so cold in Melbourne. Melbourne's boring when it's cold, but there are things like in the city, so people might like to see things like this, because in the city, at the moment, people have, what we've got is we've got the old art gallery and the new art gallery, or newer, and the newer art gallery kind of has a lot of like restaurants and shops and stuff like that. It's at Federation Square, and every winter they have igloos set up there, like, you know, plastic tenty bubble things, and they put little heaters in, and it's like winter wonderland, as if it's snowing, which we don't very often get snow in Melbourne. Sometimes, occasionally, but it's not, you know, it's not noticeable. It it melts straight away, basically. It's not cold enough here for big, long, deep snows in the city. Anyway, I don't know. What does everyone think? Because really, she's saying it's not a good idea. And I'm saying we should go and do some things. Of course, she's been working hard and studying hard, and I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs to craft, thinking, I want to go and do something. After all that travelling, it's like now I'm going, I'm just getting a bit bored. I want to do a bit more travelling again. All right, so I'm actually securing the word here, and I don't know what I'm doing with that bit. I shouldn't be rushing it because it's an enjoyable process. I do enjoy doing this tag roulette. Anyway, I'm glad Lily's coming a bit earlier because I wanted to go and have a look at the little spotlight, the material shop. Yesterday I went to visit. I can't remember if I mentioned it or if maybe I mentioned it in a Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. A lady, as everyone knows, I do some pet sitting. A lady had asked me, I think I did mention it, or maybe I cut it out. Maybe when I'm rambling I just cut that stuff out. A lady had asked me to mind her 4 chickens, 3 cats, her big, giant, massive dog. That's a bit of a mess. And also, while I was dropping in to feed and the pets and walk the dog, to heat up some food to give to the disabled mother-in-law who they weren't taking away with them. How's that? I don't know what anyone thinks about that. I just said no. No amount of money was going to give me that responsibility. Well, yes, certainly a sum as a carer would be fine, as a carer in that sense, that responsibility. Anyway, I'd said no to the job because I thought it was all a bit much with my hands. I can't really walk a big dog if it pulls. It's too much, and it's incredibly overwhelming for me as well. So I'd said no to the job. Anyway, she contacts me yesterday morning to say the mother's gone into a home, the brother's minding the dog, and could I please emergency come and do it, starting today. And I said, well, come round and show me the ropes. So today I start for 7 days, feeding 4 chickens, 3 cats, and a budgie. And I have to say, even as a pet carer, you sometimes have to say what your limits are, like walking a big dog. It's out of my range. I can't, sorry. And people understand that. She was fine about that when I said I've got carpal tunnel, I just can't do that. But when I was there, she said, oh, do you want me to show you how we let the budgie out? And I was like, no, it's okay, because I don't like birds flapping around my head. It's scary. I don't know, it's terrifying. Does anyone else think that? I think it's terrifying. Anyway, she was okay. Luckily, she was okay. She was so desperate to have someone to look after. Because like she said, her and her partner and the kids have a holiday about once every 5 years. So I was really pleased that they'd got the disabled mother or mother-in-law into a home and that they actually could go on a holiday. It's amazing. It's amazing how different people's lives are, isn't it? So anyway, I've got to go over there today and feed them, but I'll do that tonight. All right, nearly finished this. It's added a whole new dimension to my piece, I feel. Adding the French words has really just added this new dimension. It's like, wow. got a real memory of going to France into the year, you know. So, aside from I may do a little bit extra in terms of maybe another blanket stitch, maybe another picot stitch, don't know. I mean, I'm liking that there's lots of just little bits and pieces of the ideas, even though I've put on 3 words. Still not sure up here. I don't know what I'll do with that. I'm just going to have to mull over that one and get this video out, because now it's the 1st of June or 2nd or whatever. I am now feeling a little bit late with this one. All right, am I going to regret that? No, I don't regret that. No, don't regret it at all. Okay, good. Happy about that. Beautiful, beautiful soft threads. Could maybe use them on something else in here. Right, stop waffling. Okay, I'm done. All right, this is it for this month's tag roulette. So, a couple of words, picot stitch, and blanket stitch with a tassel. And this is how it is so far. We'll sort this bit out a bit later. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Good to catch up again. And I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.